Hello everyone, this is the fourth part of video about creating animals, and today we're gonna talk about navigation mesh a little bit and make some fixes for previous tutorials. First, let's open animal parent, and here on animal parent let's disable use controller rotation yaw and enable orient rotation to movement. Also, I've changed the rotation rate from 90 to 75 to make rotation a little bit smoother. And that's all about it. Next, as you can see in your project and as you can see in my project, some of the objects have affect navigation much. For example, my blueberries bush affects navigation, and I think that it has two big bounds where animal cannot walk. So let's open a static mesh for this object like this and show simple collision. So I have such simple collision. It's my box for replacing it with a nectar. Next, what we need to do, we need to add a separate collision for navigation for this bush. So here we have a section navigation, and let's add a box collision. Let's add a box collision and make its extents to be 20 on 20 on 20. Or maybe on height it should be, for example, 100, like this. And that's all. Also, let's untick gather convex geometry. And this is how it looks like now. But it looks not very correct now. And also, what I want to do, I want my animals to be able to walk through this bush if there is no other way. So by default it will walk around it, but if he cannot find a way to reach this point, he can walk through this bush. So I'm gonna make this a dynamic obstacle, and here we have to select an area class. And an area class will define how it will define as what is a cost of this area. So, so our AI will be able to find a path with less cost. So by default, it will be marked with green. So now we will see no changes. And green, I don't remember what its cost. Let's open it up. To be honest, I don't remember a lot about costs. So what we have here, we have nav area null. Null means that no one can pass through this area. So it's base empty area. We have an obstacle. It has very high cost. And we have a low height. Oh, I don't remember what is no height. Okay, anyway, we gonna create a new one navigation area called in AI folder. Let's create a new blueprint class and call it of type navigation area base. Okay, I think that's navigation area, no, just navigation area. Select it and call it BP nav area low cost, or like nav area vegetation. Let's open it up. And the only thing that we need to define here is to define a default cost. So, by the way, default cost is 1, that's green cost. And we can change a fixed area entering cost. So, entering cost means that it will pay some, it will be more costly to go from green to this orange. But if it stays in this orange, he can navigate through it easily. I don't know how to define it more correct, but let's not change the default cost, but change some area enter cost. So let's make it 0, 0, 1, so that it will be green, but it will have some cost to enter. For example, to enter a bush. And here we can select an area class like BP, now area vegetation. Let's open it up with, and now it is marked with such color. And now let's select recast nav mesh, and here we can draw costs. I think cost, draw polygons costs. Now let's see. Here you can see, I don't know why it is drawn like this. By the way, as you can see, our bush have costs of 1, but entering is 0, 1. Every other around it are 0 entering. So let me disable drawing of polygons cost. Oh my god. And let me move it a little bit so it will regenerate. So now animal will be able to move through this bush if he will not find any other way. So the same should be done for any other bushes. Also, let's increase an area of navigation mesh like this. And let's see what happens. Okay, and what's happening? For example, I have a lot of vegetation in forest and my deer will not be able to move in forest easily because, as you can see here, my mushrooms have a huge area and the area is not very correct. It's sharp, so let's increase a resolution of navigation area here. Let me select my recast navigation mesh, and here we have a lot of properties. The main of them are cell size, cell height, and agent radius. What it does, uh, our navigation mesh is partitioned on cells. I don't know how can I show it by the way. Navigation. Oh, I think that they should be drawn here. So here we have poly edges, and as you can see some cells, but that's not the cell size. That's tile size from here of 1000 in my case. So every cell here is 1000. And what do we have? Every cell contains, every tile contains some cells of size 38. In my case, for low resolution, default and high. To make it look better, also let me, I don't know why it has such an offset, my navigation mesh. Here it is. So let's select back. To let it look better, we can decrease a cell size. It will cost a little bit more, maybe not a little bit, depending on how much you will decrease cell size, but let's decrease it. So I will decrease every value to 10. Okay, now it has regenerated me a navigation mesh and it is more precise, but it will cost a little bit more. And after that, we have to change a tile size. So Epic recommends, so we need to define how much cells do we have in one tile. Epic recommends values from 32 to 128. They tell that navigation system is optimized for these values, so the most expensive uh, amount here is going to be cell size multiplied by 32. So 320 is going to be the most expensive. And as you can see, it generates navigation mesh very slowly because it costs too much and it's still building. And the less expensive is going to be this multiplied by 128. But what you have to do, you have to find the most uh, the best way, the best number that you need. You can multiply it by 33, 40, 50, and find one that is fine for you. I will type in 500 and leave it 500. Okay, next, the thing that we need to do is we need to, for example, this tree. For every object here, you can add a collision like I've added here for defining a navigatable radius, like here. And this will make your collision look much better. Also, as you can see, some places on the map, on the landscape, are not marked with our navigation, by the way. But I'm not sure because maybe it's drawn in debug. So you can check it simply by selecting recast nav mesh and increase draw offset. Okay, it appeared too high again. And yes, I think that it covers this part of a landscape, but it just drawn for debug incorrectly. So that's all for this video. Till the next video, I'm gonna fix every collision for every plant in my forest so that my animals will be able to move into forest and navigate there freely. Thanks for watching.